Alright guys, welcome to another video. Episode 29. We've been doing this for 29 weeks. I honestly cannot believe that. So this week, it's just been really bad weather. Not raining, not snowing, none of that. It's just been cold, super gloomy. Everything's been damp. Nothing's been able to dry up. Today's a little less gloomy than it's been, but a lot of gray. Demotivating weather to work in, so I haven't been out here. So today is Wednesday. It's like 3 o'clock, so it'll probably get dark in like an hour and a half, but Christmas is unfortunately over. We're into January. It's 2021, so it's time to start fresh. I'm gonna take the lights off. It's kind of sad saying my farewell to these lights. They've weathered the elements, so they're not coming off that great. I'm using a razor blade. We're almost there. Hands are completely red. I can't feel it. Tomorrow and Friday are supposed to be a little bit sunnier, and that makes me super excited. I'm gonna work on building the wire chase. I'm gonna build the cabinets in the back, which are gonna be pretty much the exact same as the ones I built last week for the kitchen, except bigger. The sun is out. I'm so excited. It's a build day. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. I think I'm gonna start with the wire chases because I think that's gonna be the easier thing. It's like 59 1/4. There we go. It's pretty big. I don't really know what to do. It's pretty big. Not massive, but I feel like it could be smaller. The bed's coming up to here. Our heads are going down there. So this will be our feet. So I'm gonna leave it for now and see. I'm gonna get Bella's opinion on it. So I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna start making the cuts for the rest of the wire chase and then screw them together. First little bit done. So this is how it's gonna look for now until I do the rest. But the eventual plan for it is this is gonna go up to about here, the top of here, and then there's gonna be a face across the whole front of it. I have 2 more pieces to make. I have the piece to make for here to finish this section, and I have the piece for this back section. And I have this done here, and then I have the piece, I have this piece that goes there done as well. This one and I think the back one are gonna have to get trimmed down just very slightly. That's that for now. I'm gonna take a quick break and see where I get for the rest of the day. Bella made it over. I took a little break, so we ate some lunch and hung out for a little bit. So we're gonna figure out the cabinet size that we wanna do, and then I'll act on that tomorrow.
That is not too big at all.
You don't think that's going to be claustrophobic?
Space. Not at all. Look at all the space.
Alright.
The bed starts like here. Then you're going to have all of that space to have all this headroom.
Yeah.
You don't need to be right on top of it, and your feet are going to be over here.
If you look at it from this angle instead of being right on top of it, I think it looks a lot. That doesn't look bad at all. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow when I build the rest of this. Say bye, Bella. Okay, it's a new day. It's cold. This is gonna be a rough morning. I'm gonna go ahead and start building that back cabinet. I need to cut the board just a little bit shorter on the length end, and then we can build from there. And then I have to scribe again, which is not exciting. I have my countertop sitting too far over, so I think I just messed that up. That's really unfortunate. Just short. So I'm gonna cut out a new piece now, a new 17.5-inch piece. Yeah, it's perfect. Perfect! Okay, so I turned the camera off for a brief minute there to try to figure out if there was an easier way for me to do this scribing, which I just ended up not, and I'm going with the plywood. I'm just trying to get a template so I can do the other two really quickly like I did last week with the other cabinet. Again, just like over there when I did the first template, or well, it was like the third one, but there's a little bit of a gap in the back that I want to close up. Use this as a rough template and sketch out a little bit extra on the back end. Looks like I finally hit the money on it. Finally hit the money on it. And we are level and good to go. Go ahead and cut the other two. We're gonna do just 2 compartments on this one, so it's gonna be split right down the middle and one on the other end. I finished off these cabinets last night. It was a little too dark to show you, so I didn't show you last night, but they're all done. They look really, really nice. There is a very slight gap in the back on this edge that I might fill in with caulk, or I might just leave it. You can hardly really tell. But same as the kitchen, it's gonna get screwed in on the top. It's gonna get screwed in on the back and on the back here. So this is gonna be where we store some of our clothes. One bin is going to be for me, the other bin is going to be for Bella. So honestly, there's a lot more room in this than I thought there was going to be. We're also going to have space to store clothes underneath the bed. The bed is going to come right inside these walls, so then there's going to be another storage compartment. This is going to be the height of the bed, and it's going to be the depth of half of the bed. And then once again, the entire underside of this bench is storage that we can put odds and ends, heavy clothing like coats, whatever we need to put under there. So when all is said and done, I think there's going to be more than enough storage for our clothing. But with one good thing that goes on, there's always something to counterbalance that when I'm building this thing. The kitchen cabinets. I never cut this piece of the countertop to size, and that's why it's sitting here and not here. Because it's too big, it pushes the wall over. And when I built the kitchen cabinet uppers, I had this countertop over here, so the wall was pushed back, which means that the kitchen uppers are now too big to fit in this space. Next week, I'm gonna have to deconstruct. I screwed and glued, so yeah, we're gonna have to kind of take the glue apart. That's a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is, right? We decided that before we actually attach any of the upper cabinets, we're gonna paint them. Bella and I went to Lowe's the other day. We picked up some paint to paint the kitchen cabinets. There's no space in the bus really to paint them and be comfortable. It's too cold outside to paint. It's gonna just not dry. So what I'm gonna do is try to clear up a space in the garage, so next week we can go ahead and sand them out and then paint them from inside the garage and put some heaters on them and get them nice and dried up. This countertop will get done next week. The kitchen and the back storage uppers are going to be done next week. The countertop over there, I'd like to get cut to size next week. I'm going to be on a podcast. I was on the podcast earlier this week. The episode will be coming out, I think, next Saturday. So I'll remind you guys and give you the link on next week's video. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Peace.